I'm not going to be too concerned about I didn't lime this field. You could throw some lime on it now, although that might not be the bestest of plans. We'll skip liming this field this year. I forgot to do it. It's no big deal. I'll worry about it next year. And again, because I primarily want this field for straw, and straw yield's not affected by all the things. You get straw, it's straw. You can have a really bad yield of crop, you can have a really good yield of crop, but it's still just straw. And about the same amount every time. So this will be our straw field. And then and a little bit of extra food for the horses. And then yeah, everything else we plant from the planter, which I think has a bigger area of plantation. And okay, well, that's a good brief. It's 11:30 already. It's a good thing for the end of the stream. We're planting stuff. The farm is going back into an increase in production again, or producing stuff, as opposed to just making a lot of money selling the stuff. Keep going. 12 miles an hour planting here, so that's good. So this is direct seeding. So we should get maximum tillage score on this field. Unfortunately, the rest of the fields we're going to be planting, they are not going to score highly. And drop it. Go. So what I might end up doing is running out, grabbing a lime spreader and at least spreading maybe this field. Crop has, the seeds are only just planted, so I should be able to get away with it. Because the seeds will be underground, the lime will be on top of the ground. And then we'll soak in and boost the soil that way. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. Although I don't, well, I was going to say I don't have a lot of money. However, if I'm leasing the lime spreader, I don't need a lot of money. So that might be a... Oops, why are you picking that one? There we go. That might be a good thing. But we do use a lot of lime. That's the only downside. So I've got 1, 2, 3. We bought 3 fields. I need to lime all 3 of them. I need to then seed everything. But pretty much, seeding's April. This is the only field. I'm looking at March. Well, I could... If I'm going to plant sugar beets in the field just in front of us, we can take the seeds out of this. We can throw it in the planter. I could just run the planter out and check if I can plant anything in that field. If I can't plant anything in that field, then I'm going to need a cultivator. And I should buy one so that I can do cultivation contracts with it. Because they make a lot of money. So I'll probably do that off camera this afternoon. And then what? I hope to see, well, actually, we could check on that right now. Come on, go. Contracts. Yeah, there's no decent contracts. There is. I'm thinking of splitting up the baling so that I bale only and I wrap what I need to wrap, as opposed to I have a baler wrapper. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. So, baling contracts. If you are baling straw, I believe all the ones I've seen, you need to have a square baler to do those. If you're baling hay or grass, you need a round baler for those. But then wrapping, that's using, well, it's using the kern, which can do both square and round bales. So, I don't know. I don't know. Do we buy a round baler to bale grass? Because I think that's what they want the grass bales done in. There wasn't any baling contracts, weren't there? They were just bale wrapping. So that uses one of those. And that uses the tractor mounted one of those, which you can do on a small tractor. And you know what I think about small tractors? I think the Farmall would be a good tractor to have on the farm to run that. Okay. Drop that and drop that. And I'm going to run out of space for the outside headland, I think. It's could be a bad thing. Well, it is what it is. I mean, oats is a very efficient crop as far as seed usage is concerned. It's not a very prolific crop as far as yield is concerned, not compared with things like barley or wheat. But oh, indeed. Let's do this and nope. Yes. Silky minimum 15. Welcome to the stream. And I think at this stage I will decline your offer. Okay, and as we get further over here, I think the problem is going to be the edge of the map is very, very close to the edge of this field. Might be able to swing this for the next row as well. Yeah, see, that is so super close. Anyway, I didn't define tram lines. I don't even know how to do that. Tram lines. Oh. Activate cruise control. Anyway, okay, buttons to push. To the top, lift it up, turn it around. Try not to hit anything while we're doing that. And then click on that. Drop the cedar. Looks like I missed a little bit of land there. Okay, try not to hit the bridge. And also try not to drive on the recently seeded ground. Unfortunately, that's not really an option. So, one more lap and we are done with the first arable planting of the year. Yay. Year 2. Is it really year 2? So year 1 is only a half year. Year 2 is a full year. I've never really paid much attention to that. Okay. What I'm going to do now is pick that up. Oh, hang on. Try not to knock the sign over. Well, I knocked the sign over. I saw the sign and drive right through it. Okay, what I was thinking there is, because I'm done at this end, I would do the last row the other way. Unfortunately, of course, I kind of missed that. Oh, we can actually go over. So I was thinking those little red markers on the road were the edge of the map, because a lot of map makers will put those on the road, and if you try and drive past them, you crash into a solid barrier right where the markers are. I think this first line of trees is still in the map, and then where the ground texture changes, that's where the map ends. So the solid border is there, and those little red X's a couple of feet shy of that. So you don't stop when you hit the X's, you stop if you drive through them. Okay. So last headland. And our variable rate seed is medium. Yeah, because this is Silmy loamy silt. Okay, I'm going to drive around here and you can see there's a little bit there that I missed. So drive through there and then we'll swing swing it about. Pick up that rope. Alrighty. So a little curve at the top of this field, but it looks like it's all working out fine. Now we're at the tricksy bit. Oh, there's so many street signs. Warning of crazy tractor drivers, of course. That would be me. And still driving on the dirt, where the seeds are. Okay, last 2 rows, or 2 sections. And we'll call that good. I will check the map, see how well we've done. I think we're pretty close to being sufficiently good. Which one? So if this is all I'm doing in March, no, I am going to see if I can plant some sugar beets in the field just on the other side of that bridge behind us. And then, well, I think don't know if that's all down to my bad driving or me driving over stuff that's already planted, but this is coming out fairly good now. Okay, up, fold, off. Let's have a look how that field pans out. We're not precision farming, crop types, there we go. So if I zoom in real close, there's a little bit I missed there. But for the most part, that is good. Now it's loading the map. Okay, growth, green. That's good. That's all it's doing. Soil composition. I think that needs rolling. Yes, I think watered is only for rice, but that's all fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. And the nitrogen sucks. So on our grass field, I've actually spread nitrogen. I've got a good layer on the interior. This bit is a little bit over-limed, or over-fertilized, which caused this bit to not fertilize at all. And then I've got some heavily over-fertilized stuff down here, which can't really do much about. So that's that thing. But for now, we're going to take this tractor back to the farm. I will unload the seeder. Might get the case tractor out and use that on the planter. Anyway, that's good. I'm also want to get myself a pressure washer. Did I get one? Oh, there's an interesting one. Doggy, where are you going? Get back on the farm, Sally. Yeah, I was going to plonk a pressure washer around about there, the entrance to the barn. Anyway, let me unload that. Yes. pull that forward and just leave it in the field for now. Go find... Oh, you're sitting on that. That's good. Let's unhitch you. I forgot about that. Yeah, there wasn't enough room for a full bucket of TMR when I mixed the last one up. I just left, and I generally find if I'm doing a mix or anything like that, it's usually a good plan to have a tractor on the front and then another tractor front loader loading it up. Okay. Go. So this does do solid fertilizer, but I don't have any. I don't think I have any. I'm not planning on using any. That much is certain. I've got liquid fertilizer on the farm. So what we're going to do is run over here and fill this up. And corn. And sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, sugar beets. I was thinking, I think there's a couple of farm entrance arches, like is common in America. I'm not sure how wide they are. I don't know that I can expand the white fence, but if there's a fancy entrance, I kind of want to put one on the farm at some point. Okay, so we've got sugar beets set up. Now we want to know is, can I plant them in the field that is reading ploughed? I'm going to say my two over there are good because they're registering as a thing. What are they registering as? Oh. They are registering as seedbed. So they're all good. Should be able to do is connect to this, click, unfold, and that puts the wheels away and the tow hitch away. Then we go onto the field. Steering assist, blah de blah de blah. 2 headlands. Okay. Oh, this is kind of funky. Okay, let's do that. Turn it on. It's working. Lower it. That's working. Well, yes, that is planting. So ploughed fields are good. When I plough a field, I'm using a subsoiler, so that creates a field with a good status. So, hush, Mrs. Dosa's phone. I am going to say this is going to work. Yay. Let's turn this around. Oh. And I want to be on this row here. No, not that one. As soon as I press the guidance steering on, it's immediately going to switch to the other, which it didn't, so yay. Okay, so sugar beets are going in the ground. I hope horses like sugar beets. It does say root vegetables, so I mean maybe they like onions or carrots. Probably more traditionally carrots, but that's a whole nother set of harvesting equipment and what have you. But anyway, we're going to go with this because it works. I have the seeder for it. Planter, whatever you want to call it. We are not using a lot of seed here. This is awesome. So, 2 fields planted. What's the next thing? Yeah, everything else is April. So next week, coming up to lunchtime, so next week we will be back on the farm, assuming my back procedure works out and I'm able to sit for extended periods of time. We'll be back here and it will probably be April and we'll probably be planting beans and soybeans and sorghum. I think for now we will finish up planting sugar beets. Done. So thank you all for watching. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. We should be back next week. But for now, I'm out of here. So